Hello friends, today I would like to tell you about my project which is a simple sentiment analysis application built using the natural language toolkit NLTK in Python 3.6.5. Now what does this application aims to do is it tries to predict the sentiment of a piece of text that is given to us. That is, it will try to predict whether that piece of text, the information that it portrays to us, whether it is a positive information or a negative piece of information. That is, if that piece of text is trying to portray us a picture of something, a product or a movie or anything else, it what our application will try to establish is that whether the words and text that have been used, whether they actually convey that the product in question is a good product or it is a bad product. Therefore, what the overall aim is the project is to analyze the sentiment, that is to analyze what the text actually wants to convey to us and whether we should be buying that particular product or not. So we try to build this application using the NLTK, the natural language toolkit available in Python 3.6.5. From nltk.corpus, we import plain text corpus reader. What does this mean is that we can define our own corpus, our own text, our own reviews. That it means that we can write our own reviews and we can test our applications on those reviews whether that whether our application is actually working or not, and what kind of output is it giving us. Therefore we can actually this provides fluidity to our project, that we can use it on a variety of reviews to predict the overall sentiment of the review or any piece of text that we would like. Now from nltk.tokenize, we import word tokenize and send tokenize. Now what these two do it for, that the piece of text that will be given, it will be form of sentences. The paragraphs, the paragraphs will be made up of its constituent sentences. Now what the tokenize does, it will break down that piece of text, those paragraphs, into its constituent sentences. Like our 4 or 5 sentences form a paragraph, so the send tokenize will separate those sentences, so we can analyze each and every sentence separately. The entire paragraph, the entire piece of text would be broken down into its constituent sentences. And what word tokenize will do, it will further break down those uh, sentences into its constituent words, so that we can actually apply the sentiment analysis to the particular word, whether that particular word is a positive word or a negative word. On basis of that, we will try to predict what is the overall output of our review. So the hierarchy goes like this: from paragraph we break down the word, and from word we break down from paragraph we break down to sentence, and from sentence we break down to the word, and actually we try to predict whether that word is a positive word or a negative word, and based that we give our overall evaluation of the review. Now I take a sentiment dictionary, which is empty list. Now for line in open, we basically I'm opening this file, term weights. I would like to show you this file. Like you can see, there are so many words over here, and you can see that a word and a number which are separated by a tab. If I can show you it in simple form, the like you say, abandon a tab and -2, abandoned a tab and -2. What it does, uh, it's actually the score of that word. Basically, now if I it's there are a lot of words that we have here. This basically is our term matrix, the term weighting, that we have given weight to each and to not to each and every word, but basically we've tried to cover as many as words, as many as adjectives as we can. Suppose a negative adjective has been given a negative score, like avoid has given -1, avoided. Similarly, we've tried to cover all the possible variations of that word, and a positive word has been given a positive score, such as you can say adequate. Admire has been given 3, admired 3. The word and the number are separated by a tab. So this is a term weights, the term weight the term weight document. These are weights on which we will be, on the basis of which we will be doing our analysis. Now when we go back to our code, for line in open, that we open the term weights that document, and we extract the word and the score using line dot split \t. What it does is, I will take you back to the what that line actually does, it extracts the word that we see over here, and it's separated by a tab and the score. So what we do is, we get the word in that particular word in the variable word, and its score in the variable score. So like abandoned -2, in word I would get abandoned, in score I would get -2. Now I use the sentiment dictionary as a map, or you can say basically it's used for mapping the sentiment dictionary word equal to int score. The whatever the word is there is equal, that is being used as the key, and finally the finally the score that has been provided to us is has been equated to it. So basically now all my data is in form of a list, it's form of a map or a dictionary, you can say, that I can access a specific word and its corresponding score. Now as my I have collected all my data from the text file in the form of a list or dictionary, now I am in a position to run my prediction algorithm. Now what I do is, this is my directory from where I will be choosing my reviews, the directories of reviews. Like if I am to show you, this is the test directory. It has two reviews currently. We can write many such reviews that I will show you. Right. So we extract those reviews out of this directory and we analyze. Now the sentence dict, it is of type dictionary. Basically again a key and a score, its subsequent score that we're going to have it as you come to know further. The score review, this is our main function which is used for the prediction of the text, whether it's positive or negative. Like you can see here, I call the score review for washing machine. Like similarly, washing machine is my existing review. Similarly, laptop, I can call it for any particular uh, piece of which I have a review existing. Sorry, like you can see here, laptop, washing. I will show you further, making more such reviews. Okay, now we go into score. We go into the score review function. The washing machine, the text is passed into this function and it is accepted in text, raw text doc.raw plus txt. What does it does is basically the raw text, the entire the plus dot txt means it's added for the extension. That means that this doc.raw has to basically read that file washing machine dot txt, and the entire raw text, the entire text that was there, is now a part of this variable raw text. Now for our sentences we use send a tokenized raw text. As I told you further, now the sentences that form that raw text, the sentences which form the review would now be broken down. Now as you can see, suppose I show you my washing machine review. It is a very doesn't the functionality is bad, so it has two sentences. So now those two sentences will be stored in this variable. Now I can choose to print it as well. And now the sentiment array, I take it a empty array for the positive for the timing, and you'll come to know the use. Now for s in sentence, s in sentence means that whatever sentence that I have here, I have to iterate and run my algorithm for each and every sentence, as I will try to predict the score of each individual sentence and add it up to make the score of the entire text. Word is equal to word dot tokenize s. As I told you earlier, the paragraph is broken into sentences, sentence into words. So the sentences that we had broken down earlier in this line, they are now further tokenized into word underscore into words using word underscore tokenize s. Now we have broken the sentence into small words, the constituent words. If I have to show here, I'm sorry, if I want to show my review, like it is the words will be broken now. Now to go further, send score is equal to sem dot dictionary get. Now this is one of the most important lines of our entire application. The sent score is the score of that sentence, what particular score that sentence has, equal to send the dictionary dot get word 0. You can realize the send dictionary was this dictionary, is of type dictionary that we have used empty list as an empty dictionary at this point of time. I'm sorry, this is not the sentiment dictionary, is the dictionary which I've used above. This dictionary will use later on. The sentiment dictionary dot get word comma 0 for word in words. Now what my send score does it, the sentiment the sentiment dictionary dot get, it will search that particular word for word in words. I have all my words in my word tokenize. I have tokenized all my words into the variable words. For word in words means that whatever word is my variable. Now it will iterate. Word in words means it will iterate for each and every word. It is for each and every word. Sentiment dictionary dot get word comma zero means it will search that word that I had tokenized in the sentiment dictionary, entire that we had formed above. And if I get the word that was used in the sentence, I'll it will return me the score of that word. Otherwise by default it will be return zero. Suppose I use a word in my sentence which is not present in my dictionary, it only contains adjectives, basically positive and negative words, so by default the score would be assigned would be zero. Otherwise, if that word is contained in the dictionary, it will automatically return the score of that word. And sent score equal to sum this the word of the entire sentence. The all the words, their score of the words in the sentence, their all of the score is going to be added to form the sentence score. The score of that particular sentence is simply the summation of all the words comprising that sentence. Now, if I want to print the score, I can print the score of each sentence. This entire algorithm is going to run for all the sentences. Now, sentiment arr dot append send score. Basically, it's a array. To sentiment array is nothing but an array to score the to store the individual sum of all the sentences, which I will later be summing up. Send is or send default send score dot s, and centwise dix dot centwise underscore dix send score dot append s. Basically, as you can see now, the function now our list that we have initialized above, the sentiment the centwise dict, it now comes into play. What we do is, first, whatever the score, the centwise, basically we use it as a dictionary. What here we do, first we set default the send score to empty layer. Basically, what this dictionary does, it will use the score as the key, and corresponding to which whatever sentence that had that score is going to be scored. Like you can just send a send score dot append s. So my send score, the whatever score that particular sentence has, is the key, and it has been used to refer to whatever sentence that had that particular score. Now suppose if a sentence, I am not good, has a score of -3, so centwise dictionary have will score centwise underscore dict -3 will store I will not good. So it's similar mapping that will be done by default. It has been at ascended, and I use the self default for an empty list, empty sentence, and now we append each sentence score wise, whatever score we have. So if I have basically what this dictionary will do, it will give me all my the corresponding score and the corresponding sentence, so I can map the score to the sentence in centwise dict. It is used later on to display what are the negative and the positive sentences, as you will see further. Now the total score, as I said, would be the summation of the sentiment array. Simply, all the individual sentence scores have been stored in the sentiment array, and we sum it up to find the total score. And now we display our messages. The score is less than -3, then we can actually say that is the majorly negative score and improvement is required. If the score is greater than -3, less than 0, we say it's a minorly negative review with minorly improvement, with minor room for improvement. Score is 0, then we say okay, the no definite sentiment. If score is greater than 0 and less than 3, it is a minorly positive review, and minor improvement is required again, can be done again. And if it's greater than 3, the total score is greater than 3, we'll say the review of the text is majorly positive or mainly positive, and there is no immediate need for improvement. It's a very good project. So basically this is for display. Now now if the use of the centwise dictionary, as I told you, basically it's used for displaying the sentences. Display negative for key in centwise. If key is less than 0, it means that if the score is less than 0, if the key is less than 0, then for w in centwise key, basically what it does is I have my w. So what w will contain this sentence. As if my key is less than 0, so if mostly centwise dicts less than 0, -3, -2, etc., whatever sentence would be there would be come in w, and I can print that sentence. I can say I'm keeping the count with I plus 1, as you see in the output, and similarly if key greater than 0, all the positive sentences will come in w, and I can display them. If key is equal to 0, I'll display the neutral sentences, and I'm keeping the count. In the end, I'm calling all the functions. If I want, I can display the sentence dictionary also. Now I will show you a sample output of my program. Suppose I am calling this for washing machine. As I run my program, Okay, I get the review of option majorly negative with a score of -6. Minor improvement is required. And negative, it is a very bad machine with design. Negative sentence with functionality is bad. Basically, as you can see, the negative sentences have been counted and they have been displayed whatever negative sentence have been used. Now, if I check whether my review was right or not, I see there are only two sentences and both of them have been displayed aptly in my output, and it has given a score of -8 by summing all the like the bad, the function, the bad has a weight of -3, so it is summing it up and giving us a total of score of -6. Now if I want to make changes, let me add a positive sentence in the review. Let me say, okay, now I have used another positive sentence in my review. The electronic supply consumption is good. Consumption is good, and I save my file. Okay, so now I run my software. See, you only have a positive sentence as well. It is also being displayed. Now the score also has increased from -6, that is increased to -3 because of the presence of a positive sentence. Similarly, if I use it for laptop, like this is my review. This is a neutral review. It says it's generally usable. See what my function, my application does. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to change the decision to laptop. Now I use it. See, the review of the laptop is 0. Uh, no definite sentiment. Neutral sentence one is, it is generally it's a neutral sentence. Now, what we do is we introduce another new corpus altogether. Suppose it's a new text document. Let me name it Plasma TV. Okay, and now if I wanna write some, okay, if I write it is a good TV display is okay, and I save it. Now I have created a new corpus, Plasma TV, and I run it. See, the review is majorly positive with a score of 3 because good has a score of 3, so I display it as a majorly positive. That's not immediate because it say it's a good TV. Another a neutral sentence display is okay. It checks because okay has no particular score. It is 0, neither negative nor positive. The good is making it a positive review. So that's about it, friends. Basically, I can give whatever review, I can make any as many text files I can want with a definite sentence, definite sentences, and definite the reviews, the definite reviews, whichever, however I may seem correct, and I can just have to pass the name of the review of whatever product I want to review, whatever is my present in my corpus, and the application will review it for you, and it will display the whether the review is positive or not with the overall score that has been assigned according to our term weights which I showed you earlier, and it displays the positive and the negative sentence as well, which is the USP of this project. Thank you for your time, friends. Have a nice day.